Hi everybody, welcome to part 3. If you made it this far, you're doing really good. But actually, where I had left off before, this is a very long article, so what I'll do is I'll leave the link with all these other links that I'm talking about in the information bar, so in your leisure time or whatever you can go and read them yourself. You're probably bored of hearing me anyway, and sometimes when my videos come through they have some scratchy sound. I apologize for that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what's going on with this program, but anyway, I was talking about Rick Warren when he went to this meeting of the Islamic Society of North America. And this says it is the largest Islamic organization in North America, and it has its roots with the extremist Muslim Brotherhood, and I'm sure you've heard that a lot in the news lately. And this group was responsible for the formation of Al-Qaeda, Hamas, and most other international terror entities. And all I can say, basically, people, we are in deep trouble. We don't really realize how dangerous and in trouble we are. And we have a traitor in the pulpits, and his name is Rick Warren. And that's all I have to say of that. And like I said, I'll leave this link in the information bar. Okay, because it's really fairly long. And here's Rick Warren with Obama. And yeah, that's all I have to say. But anyway, I need to move on because I think I've got a few more things I need to talk about. But this article here, now I don't agree with a lot of things that this article says. For one thing, it says that the title of it especially says that why Rick Warren must publicly discipline Rupert Murdoch, okay? Which I want to prove that he is one of the members of his church. And it talks about Rick Warren's purpose-driven pornography, a news release from his friend Chris Roseborough that concerns the Southern Baptist pastor Rick Warren and Rupert Murdoch is certainly a more disturbing piece of information. And he goes on to say that that Rupert Murdoch, the born-again Christian, really, who chairs media giant news corporations that have been secretly building a stable of wholly owned pornographic channels for his B-Sky-B subsidy. Okay, the business has learned that B-Sky-B now owns and operates its own pornographic channels, okay, 18 plus movie selection, so on and so forth. It's just really disgusting. But Rick Warren, in a way, is making himself look good as a pastor, okay? Because he just wears the position of pastor. But he really could care less about disciplining Rupert Murdoch, because Rupert Murdoch is worth billions, okay? He owns most all the media. And if he's happy, if Rick Warren is happy, Rupert Murdoch can slip like 100 or so in the collection plate, I'm sure he'd be happy. So I think that this article here is a lot of misinformation and stuff. So, and that's all I needed to say about that. So I'll go ahead and leave the link, and you can read this at your own leisure too, because this is, this gets into the porn industry and things, and it talks basically about well, Murdoch's sin, in pornography. And still, I mean, how can you discipline somebody who's in this business of making money, okay? I mean, you have to read in between the lines a little bit to know that, yeah, I would say Rick Warren is in bed with Rupert Murdoch, say. And I don't mean this in a funny way either, what I said. So, yeah, but I'll just leave the link to this. Okay. This one article that I found, it was titled, The Wild Goose Revival for Doubters and Jesus Victims Like Me. I don't know if it was the author who said that, but anyway, it talks about he went to this 4-day Wild Goose Festival in North Carolina, okay? And he talked about, like, what all he did and all that, this, that, and the other, and he had a good time, and this, and there was, like, a lot of people there, prominent people, religious, mostly religious, or almost religious people, like writers and authors and all. And then he talks about his book. He introduced his book there, and what better place than a place like that, like to promote your, peddle your papers or your trash or whatever. But anyway, he had this one book out called Sex, Mom, and God, How the Bible's Strange take on sex led to crazy politics, okay, and how to learn to love women and Jesus anyway. And people seemed to like what I said, so that was nice, or so on and so forth. But what this is a way I got it, what it came across to me was, it was a place for people like you would call Christian atheists, because it goes on to say that, well, anyway, when I got to the end, it says the Wild Goose Festival is going to grow in the largest, most dynamic religious happening in the United States. And there is a lot of smart, spiritually hungry people with their eyes open. So basically, Jesus said that in the end times people will be, making merry, eating and drinking, and all this stuff, and like going to play things like this before he comes. And basically what he meant by that is that they wouldn't give him the time, period. It's like they were just having too much of a good time to spend time with the Lord, you know what I'm saying? So what the man is, getting back to the article, says if you're an atheist, agnostic, whatever, you'll like it too, because you'll be amongst those rare sort of, okay, religious people who will admit that they're all in the same boat, and that certainly is a killer, and humility and all in the works, and you want to live and let live instead of using ideas as weapons. So you see, there's nothing in his whatsoever about God, about leading people to God, getting people saved. And that's the main message of the gospel of Jesus, getting people saved, because this world's passing away, and people are dying every day, and they're going to hell without hearing the gospel, without hearing the truth, you see. So, and that's why I brought this article to you. And we need to hear the gospel. People out there need to be the gospel because they're lost. And like I say, people are dying every day, and we see disasters happening today. I mean, you see on YouTube, all these things, that the fires and the floods and everything, and people are dying. And if you're not saved, I mean, you're going to go to hell. Whether you believe in hell or not, you're going to find out the hard way. And that's why many Christians on YouTube, the good Christians, are reaching out to you guys. That's why they're on YouTube, to spread the message, because Jesus told them to do that. No, don't. I'm not saying like trust a lot of them, because I know there's a lot of cults out there too that trying to bring the good Christians down. But there's a gal at here on YouTube. Her name is Ruckus01, and she did a video on no compromising. So I'm going to leave a link to her video too, because you got to go listen to that. And you have to listen to some of her videos too, because they're really good. And so here's a promotion to you, Ruckus. So there you go. So I'm going to move on, and I also want to leave this one too, in regards to the Dalai Lama to host Washington D.C. Peace Festival in July. Well, I tell you, it's all coming around the corner about the one world religion, isn't it? So instead of me just reading this, you can go and read it too. It said there will be an 11-day peace rally to be one of the largest gatherings for world peace in history. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear it? One world religion already. And yeah, they're promoting a lot about Buddhism and all, and the Dalai Lama, a Tibetan Buddhist. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. You know, I've never seen in my lifetime what I see now. And, you know, this has to be that Jesus is coming soon. Very soon. Okay. Now this one, now we're getting into celebrities now. But this really caught my eye about Justin Bieber, because Justin Bieber is so popular. And it says here basically what I wanted to bring up was that Bieber had just been moved to second in the list of the most engaging Facebook pages, okay? Bumping the Bible to third. So Justin Bieber's more popular than the Bible. And you see that in the title here, bigger than Jesus. He's bigger than Jesus. Yeah. Well, you see where our country is going and our society. We're more focused on celebrity than we are on the Bible and Jesus. And that's pretty sad. And in short, about Facebook, a lot of people, I know that Facebook is popular with a lot of people, but they do a lot of surveillance on Facebook, and you don't know who could be watching you. So all I can say, if you want to stay on Facebook, just be very, very careful what you post, because, you know, somebody could be knocking at your door. And I don't like Facebook, so I don't have a Facebook account. And there's a video on YouTube about, I don't know the correct title, but it has Facebook in it. So if you type in the search engine Facebook, you'll probably find it. And something about, do you know something about Facebook? But anyway, this I think this is it. And I'll have a few others, but I'll save it till later. And it's about, is it interesting one about church and state, which is very interesting. But like I said, that'll be in another video. So I'm going to end it here with this subject. And I thank you all for hanging in there with me. And I hope you got something out of this, and I hope this helped. So I'll say to you all, God bless you all. Jesus loves you. Stay safe, okay? Give your life to Jesus today if you don't know Him, because we're not guaranteed another tomorrow. So, over and out. Jesus loves you, and I love you too. Until next time. Bye-bye.